We are so blessed. It is a fantastic Christmas week, and I'm so enjoying having my grandchildren with me and being able to take them out shopping. We went shopping, we went out to dinner, and just had a good time. We ended that weekend being able to decorate a little bit at their house. And as you can see, we swagged and the girls had a good time, which they just believe that they are absolutely a part of our Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme family. So they're going to leave a message for you as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'll try to see if I can work that in.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The flowers we bring to you and your kids. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas! Bye!
Hello, I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. And guess what? It's Christmas Eve. And today in the kitchen, it's all about the rolls. Oh my goodness, I have been making rolls now for 2 days. And I have a large group. We're going over to my daughter's house. And I'll take you through some of that journey. Today is a full day because what I did, I made the rolls. I put them into the refrigerator. I let them rise the first time, then put them into the fridge. I'm bringing them out, getting them all rolled out and into the pans. Now, because we started off with a rather chilly morning, it took a little while for them to start to rise. But I kind of got the oven just a little bit warmed up, enough to trigger that rise. So we're going to be adding them in and out so that they can finish, everything can finish up their rising. I've got about 6 pans of rolls, big sheet pans full of rolls. And so we're going to have a good time. But before I go any further, let me first say to you how wonderful it is to have you as a friend and as a subscriber. You're a part of the Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme family. And I pray that this holiday is wonderful for you, that you are just going to be making wonderful memories and enjoying each and every moment of the next few days. And of course, you know, every day is a blessing. And it's all about the reason for the season, because it is about the birth of Jesus Christ. And so Christ came to spread love across the world and around the world. And so certainly you and I are starting one family at a time, and we are continuing to spread and to grow that love across the world. So I hope that you will stay with me, not just through this holiday season. Certainly I appreciate that, but I hope you'll subscribe and be a part of this family. And as we go through 2020, and we're going to continue to cook good food, decorate our homes, and love on our families and our friends. So, without further ado, let's get moving. Now, I'm going to turn you down so you can see what I'm doing. At this point, the rolls are in a container. They are ice cold. And I'm going to drop those clumps onto my top here, my wooden top that I have here that I use for rolling out my rolls. And I'm rolling them into a large rectangle. Now, I purposely left the sound off. So I'm just going to kind of play some music so you can see how the process went to get them ready. I'll let you see once they're in the oven. And I'm going to let you see some of the fun things that we're going to be doing today because we have a full schedule. We're going to one house for an open house, and it's going to be the first time that we've been to their home. We see them every week, but we've never been to their home, so I'm looking forward to that, and I know we're going to have a good time. Then we're coming back, and we're going to church for a candlelight service, and I'm going to give you a couple of clips of that so you can see what that's all about. And then from there, we're going to a Christmas Eve pajama party. And that pajama party is going to be rocking, I guarantee you. But it goes from little itty bitties all the way up to the Mimis and the Papas and the Grandmas. So we're going to have a good time and enjoy every moment with our family and friends. Stay tuned. Alrighty, I hope you can see this is my container, and inside of this container is rolled dough. And what we're going to do, it just came out of the refrigerator. It's been in there for overnight so that I would have time enough to get everything nice and everything would have a chance to have its first rise. And when you're doing a large batch of rolls, then you know you've got to space out the time. So what I'm doing right now is just sprinkling some of the flour inside of the container, and I'm going to flip this container over and pull out the dough. Now at this point it's so cold, I don't really even have to be too terribly careful with it. But let me raise you up just a tad bit so you can see everything. There we go. And here is one of the batches of rolls. Now I placed a little bit of flour on the surface, and I'm just going to kind of give it a press. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to kind of roll it into a log because that's going to make it easier to roll out. My rolling pin took a swan dive, and what I'm doing is just pressing and pressing. Now notice I'm trying to get a particular length, and that's to make sure that I have enough rolls for the pan, and then I'm going to press it out into a more rectangular shape. Now, so I'm just going to make sure I have it pretty well covered, and I'm going to roll this out to about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to continue to roll and to roll, and sometimes you get little things that you just have to take off. Here I got it at the length that I need. Now let's see if we can roll it out to the width that we need, the thickness that we need. Because what I'm going to do is that these are going to be cut. And it takes a little while, and mainly because of the fact, actually, you know, it takes a moment, but it's not hard to do because the dough is cold. And so that really makes the rolling so much easier. Just having that cold dough just saves your process. Okay. All right. Now, not a perfect rectangle, but that's okay. Because what's going to happen is that, whew, that smells good. We've got rolls already in the oven, and you can see. Now what I'm going to do here, let's see if I can work on this shape just a little bit. I have a couple that I'm going to have to put on a new pan. Just little pieces left over. I hate to throw dough away. And need a little more flour. There we go. All right, now what we are going to do, and I'm going to take this and flip it over. All right, yes, this is a floury situation. I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to divide it, and I'm going to come back about 2 inches. And then I'm going to give it another 2. Another 2, and about another 2. I'll do the same here. About 2, about 2. Now this is how you end up with those little odd pieces over there. And I'm going to bring this over about 2, so we have a couple little odd pieces, but we'll work with those. Now, what we're going to do with each of these strips is first, thinking 2s. Here's 1, and then that in half, 2. Now, if they were longer, then obviously I could do, I think I can do thirds on these. That's what we'll try to do. Keep it with thirds. 1 and about 2. Okay. You know, we don't think about when we're at Texas Roadhouse the time that goes into the preparation for those rolls. Now they're fortunate in that they have a main bakery that does most of their preparation, but the actual baking of the rolls they do right there on the site. I'm just shaping those up and getting them ready for the pan. Trim that off. Okay. Okay. So let's get our pan. We're going to take some parchment paper. And put it on our sheet pan. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the reason for these baking at 350 is because of the fact that you don't want the heat up too high. There's quite a bit of sugar in these rolls, and we want to be able to have a delicious roll, but we don't want it to burn. Shaping as I go. And if some are a little larger than others, it's okay, because there are going to be some papas, there's going to be some little bitties who are going to be eating rolls, and there's going to be some mamas who just kind of want a nice size roll. So we have a variety of rolls for a variety of people. So they can choose the size, or even if they're particular about the shape, they can even choose the shape. But some of the rolls are big, and some of the rolls aren't so much. I'm putting them just a little close to each other, but not too much, because I want to give them room to expand. So now there's the first part. I'm going to spray these rolls just to keep the plastic wrap from sticking. That's the main thing. Not so much. You know, really, plastic wrap is not my friend. It drives me crazy. It never sticks to what you want it to stick to. It always sticks to what it wants to stick to. And, but, you know, that's the way of the world. All right, I'm going to stick it into a warm oven. Now this is one of the pans that's coming out of the oven, and actually it was kind of those rolls that were at the edges, so they aren't perfect. But you know what? What the cool thing about homemade rolls is that they don't all have to be the same size, and they certainly don't have to all be shaped exactly alike. So I'm going to take a towel. I have it covered with some plastic wrap. I'm going to take a towel and lay it over it so it can stay warm, because I have some rolls that are in the oven and they are rising in a very lukewarm oven. I put the oven on 150, let it come up to temperature, and then turned it off. And these rolls have risen very quickly. So it'll be time to put them into the oven. I'll let you see. Well, I want you to see the first 3 pans of rolls, and they've risen. I've got the oven warming up to 350. I had to warm it again because of the fact that I had been using the oven as a place, as my bread rising box. And so therefore I need to bring it up to 350. Now I'm going to cook these rolls anywhere from about 12 to 20 minutes. It depends on your oven and on how brown you want them. Now, these are what I call my Texas Roadhouse knockoff rolls. And the cool thing about them is that they're going to be golden, they're going to be sweet, and they are going to be delicious. So in just a few moments, as soon as that buzzer goes off, we're going to be ready to start cooking these off. So stand by, because I guarantee we're going to be snatching rolls out and off of these pans. Now, I kind of cut you off for just a moment, but I smelled the rolls. Now, this is the first pan that went in, and this is the first one coming out. As you can see, it was just kind of the leftover pieces from that the first couple of sets of rolls. So the shapes are not perfect, but look at how nice and golden that they are. Now I'm going to try to bring you down just a little bit closer so that you can see them. Wish you could smell them, because they certainly smell wonderful. Let's see if I can get one out of here without making a total mess. You know, it takes a few minutes. Let's see if I can turn it over so you can see. Now you'll notice that they're a little brown. You want them just a little brown on the bottom to make sure that they're done. I'm going to leave these for about 5 or 10 minutes so that they can have a moment to set up. And then, there we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're so hot. Oh, can you see? Oh my God. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to have to go get some butter. And besides, we're going to need butter anyway. Look. Hold on a minute. All right, I want you to see I cut off a couple of tablespoons of butter. And I am just going to kind of fold the paper back just a little. Reason for that is that I want to be able to hold on to it. And I'm going to take this and just rub each of those rolls. And I'm going to do that with all the rolls as they come out of the oven while they're still nice and hot. I'm even going back to the one that I had the pleasure of tasting. Hey, shouldn't I there? And I'm sure I have some more rolls ready to come out of the oven. All right, another pan out. Got my knob of butter. And I am going to take your time as you're doing it so the butter has a chance to melt on each of these rolls. Okay, pan 2. Well, my hubby and I have been laughing because in all these dozens of rolls that I've made, of course, same recipe, same stove, but I've learned something. The stove has a sweet spot, and in the sweet spot, your rolls bake perfectly. And if you're outside of the sweet spot, you may get rolls that are either too brown or rolls that don't brown enough. So there are going to be some Charlie Brown rolls. There are going to be some Martha Stewart rolls. And these rolls that I'm buttering right now certainly would make Martha Stewart very proud because, oh my God, they are beautiful. They came out just the way I wanted them to, and I am slathering them with the last bit of butter. There is one more little pan to go in. I'm going to put it in, save this little bit for that pan, and we're ready to go. Now, so your sweet spot in my stove is in the center of that oven. Just do one pan at a time. Don't try to do 2 or 3 because when you do that, it messes with I believe it takes up too much of the heat. Not enough heat goes to some spots and too much heat goes to other spots. Keep it one pan in the center and you'll get Martha Stewart rolls. So I hope you've enjoyed this roll journey. It has certainly been fun. And I wish each and every one of you a blessed Christmas and a wonderful 2020. God bless.
Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
The flowers we bring for you and your king. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy